It was the summer of 2007. I was 7 years old at the time, and baseball had always been a big part of my life. Um, Anytime my dad would come home, I would always ask him if we could go outside and hit. Um, at the house that we were staying at the time, it had a very, very, very long backyard. Um, and down there was a trampoline. And our goal was to always hit the ball over the trampoline. Um, it was a hot summer day, and I was waiting for my dad to come home. We had a game that night, and I knew that I needed to practice. It was a very, very big game. Um, I already had everything ready. I had the baseballs, my bat, gloves, had everything ready. I was just waiting and anticipating for the time that my father would pull in the driveway after work. He finally pulled in after I had waited and waited and waited for what felt like forever. As soon as I seen his work truck, I busted out the door, full speed. I immediately went up to him, asked him how his day was, and then the next question was, can we practice? And like I always thought he would say, and he always would say, he said yes. He then proceeded to tell me to go in, get everything out, bring his glove, everything. I was a very small kid. Probably, I was a little bitty. But that didn't stop me from running full speed and going and getting the bucket of balls as fast as I could, even though they probably weighed more than I did. We hit and we hit and we hit that day, getting ready for the game later that night. Like I said before, our goal was to always hit it over the trampoline. We were hitting that day, and I had gotten very, very close. Still not succeeded yet, though. I had never done it as a kid. But we got to the final bucket that day. We always hit either 3 or 4 before game, just so I wouldn't be too tired for the game. But like always, I tried to get him to throw me one more, but he wouldn't. So we ended up making a deal that I had 10 more pitches. On the 10th pitch, so the very last one, I hit it. And it was something that I won't really forget. It was that feeling of my heart sank just watching the ball, and I thought that I had finally done it. Well, it landed in the trampoline. It didn't go over it. So I begged and I begged and I begged for one more, and I hit it, and it was something. It flew a lot higher, flew a lot faster than the one I'd hit before, so I knew immediately. I was like, this has got to be it. So we watched and watched, and it felt like it was in slow motion. And finally, I had succeeded. I hit it over the trampoline. I threw my bat in there. He jumped up screaming. I was screaming. Everybody was screaming because it was one of those goals that I had finally accomplished, and it was amazing. One of the lessons that I learned in this is that through hard work and determination, you will eventually succeed in whatever your goal is. Just no matter how hard you work, you always persevere.